And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended break, the extended delay, but we had to wait for a 25, almost 30-minute game to finish, but it did come to an end. And welcome, everyone, to the Infolet 2024 Monthly Cup number 2. Of course, the second edition of a new monthly tournament. For those that are curious, this is a monthly event for the Polish region, for the country of Poland. Only those of Polish nationality even can take part in this event, and this is a little bit different as well. Fun fact, this is an event that does force players that are over a certain MMR range to off-race. So players like Geralt, Spirit, a Laser, for example, they would have to off-race instead. This is a way to kind of prop up and to help support some of the more up-and-coming GM talent in Poland. So again, a great initiative, a great event, and we're here to bear witness to the lower bracket semi-finals. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Data... Wait, what? I just realized. Data C, we have the Blue Protoss player representing Team Blazer. It is Ziomek. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Red Terran player, also from the land of Poland, representing himself, currently teamless. It is Miszu. Okay, so again, this event is a little bit quirky by nature. I did just mention that when it comes to players over 6k MMR on the European ladder, currently over 6k, again, players like Geralt, Christiane, Spirit, a Laser, they would have to off-race. So again, for those that are just under 6k, you know, your 5k, 5.5, 5.8, you know, the more mid-tier GM players, the more mid-tier talent in Poland are able to play their main races instead. So they do have a certain advantage. Meanwhile, the map pool is crazy. I just realized, okay, the maps. Olrina, I remember that awful map. There's Olrina, there's Data C, Berlingrad, Disco Bloodbath, Jagannatha, Vani Research Station, and Cyberforce. These are maps from Legacy of the Void, but these are maps from like 2017. Oh my god, some very old maps. Like Cyberforce, when was that around? I think that was 2018. Let me just double check. Cyberforce was, okay, beginning of 2019. Okay, it was like January 2019 was Cyberforce. When was Vani Research Station and Berlingrad? Was that also 2019? Vani Research Station was end of 2016 into 2017. So that was 2017, and Berlingrad was earlier, 2021. Okay, or more recent. But yes, a wild map pool that I was really not expecting. And oh my god, we'll see how we get into this. Miszu, by the way, going for a very greedy build. It was a Rax expand into a third CC before second Rax even. My god, one of the greediest builds that you can go for in this matchup is what Miszu is going for, a very fast third CC into a 3 Rax. Can this be punished? I mean, fun fact, this is the best of 1. For those that are curious, this is a best of 1 match here on Data C. Data C back in the day, for those that are curious, this was a map that was in the map pool back in 2022. 2021/2022, and this was quite a macro map. There's so much defensive features here. Very defendable third base, very defendable fourth base as well. So your 4-base setup is very formidable. It is very powerful. So it makes sense to go for a greedy build here, because once you can get up to your 4 bases, it is very difficult to really shut you down. Meanwhile, Ziomek going for a standard opener, going for a gate expand into a Cybercore, into Twilight Council Blink. It is a Blink-based opener, but alas, he doesn't know. He doesn't know how greedy Miszu has been, already landing his 3rd base here before the 3rd is even done. It just starts. The 3rd just starts for Ziomek, and Miszu already has his own on location. Crazy start here from the Terran player. Stalkers dip in. They do see the Marines, but they do not see the 3rd CC. So we can assume the 3 Rax. Ziomek, he's aware of at least part of the build, but not all of the build. Behind this, working towards our Robo, it's going to be a 2-gate opener into a 3rd. So Ziomek, he's going for his own economic opener as well, but not as greedy. It is economic, but not as greedy as Miszu. So Miszu just running away with as much greed as he can, followed by 2 gateways here from Ziomek, doubling down on gateway on Stalker production. Meanwhile, Miszu getting into really fast Marauder. Double Tech Lab, double Marauder production here from Miszu. as we are building up those Marines. Working now towards the factory, working now towards the starport to get into eventually medevac drops, the medevac pressure, medevac aggression. Oh boy, again, just a wild start here from our Terran player, and this is just a really good way to take advantage of your opponent, to take advantage of this map, and to take advantage of the fact that this is a best of one. This is a wild start, and Miszu has a massive lead. Again, because of the opener of Ziomek, he can't really punish his opponent. He can't really punish this greed of Miszu. It's not really possible for him to do. It's not working towards charge and water production. Now we have a gateway explosion, but by the time these gateways really kick in, and we have, oh my god, we're taking up so hard. Gateway explosion plus forge, bay plus charge as well. Ziomek is trying to catch up. But I'll be honest, Miszu is going to hit the field first. Miszu is moving out first with Stim, Combat Shields +1, not quite +1, Combat Shields, Stim, as well as Medevacs. Medevacs are on the field as well. We are pushing out with a massive Marauder-based army. The Observer does see, the Observer does confirm the move-outs, but just because we see it doesn't mean we can stop it. No sentries. We have Blink, but no sentries are available. I'm worried that Miszu's push may just end the game. He's up he's up 30 supply. Oh, God. Up heavily here in supply. Does lose the Marine, does see the army, but we can push in. I'll be honest, we can break this with this amount of Marauders. We're going to be rotating around instead. Miszu going the long way around here, knocking down these rocks, waiting for more reinforcements, I imagine. Marines on the way. Solid snipe there of the Observer. Rocks are knocked down. Colossus are on the way. By the time the first Colossus arrives, we can actually slow this down. We did get a warp in of sentries. We have force fields. Honestly, now with these sentries, Ziomek can hold. He can defend. He can take control of the ramp and take advantage of his opponent. Miszu, he had a window. It's closing. And the window is closed. With the arrival of this Colossus, yeah, the window has closed. Miszu is backing off. We're working towards a Ghost Academy, towards +1. Working towards that next step. And that means that this timing and building up this army didn't really pay for itself. It wasn't really worth it here in the end. We could have worked with even a faster 4th CC. Speaking of 4th base on the way for Ziomek, a 4th CC could have been on the way here for Miszu, but no, we're working on production instead. Working on our Ghost transition. Vikings as always scan. We see the army again. This is an army that we could have abused earlier, but no longer. And we're headed for a longer game instead. Longer macro game is ahead of us. Okay, I do apologize if if there are some frame drops here. Unfortunately, the internet isn't the most stable. It's struggling a little bit actually. Hopefully it does recover. I'm keeping my eye on it. It's good. If the internet does lag out though, then we will dip out. I won't subject the players to us lagging out or anything like that. Don't want to disrupt the players or anything. And here we go. We are moving out across the map. Miszu now with a pretty hefty army. He's got 4 Ghosts. He's got 18 Marauders, a good amount of Vikings. Miszu, he is maxed out, but we're pushing into Disruptors. Shows us the first Nova. Oh. We are paying attention. Good EMP here on the army. Disruptor, they're still up and running, still kicking. So we don't quite push in. We don't commit. We're going for a long game. This is the power of this map of Data C is how defendable the 4 and 5 base setup is. I briefly touched on this earlier about how Data C is brutal when it comes to how defensive you can be. Again, because of these ramps, because of these points of elevation, because of the choke points, it's so difficult to punish. So Ziomek can freely get up to 5 bases. Miszu is going to try and go for a split push. He's going to try and pull Ziomek apart. Never goes off. Big connection. 3 Marauders go down. Very nicely done. Very nicely done as we dive on the army. Oh, we do have some forces out of position here for Miszu. Very out of position. Colossus is going to go down. Novas go off, zoning back the army. We do get a Disruptor. Miszu pushes in towards that base. We go for the Nexus. The Nexus is going to be going down. Good EMPs. Nova's a juice zone back to the army, but the damage has been done. We get a kill on the 4th base. Up. Better connection. Much better connection there from Ziomek. We have one more Nova in the chamber, and Miszu, he's running out of steam. Oh no! The splits, they're just not there. We take another massive Nova to the face, but the Vikings, they land. The Vikings do land. We're rallying more Liberators across the map as well. Miszu going to be backing off. Getting into more Vikings. Into more Liberators. 4th base on the way. And the damage has been done. Again, like, we've hindered the economy of Ziomek. Miszu just has to calm things down, slow down, consolidate his army. We have +1 ship weapons on the way. We have extended lamps. We have advanced ballistics on the way. Of course, Liberator range. We go for the scan. We get an eye on the fact that there are no more Colossi. We're still doubling down on Disruptor production. As a result, we need more libs. Again, freedom is on the horizon. Liberation zones can just have their way with a ground toss army. And Ziomek just is not ready for that. Has some Blink Stalkers, which is an answer. Not the best answer, but an answer nonetheless. We can shoot up. We can shoot up here as we rotate around. Novas will be connecting with the libs. Oh, sorry, with the Widow Mines. Liberators are sieging up. Good EMP. Zealot flank does get caught out. Nova goes off. Does graze the army. Big connection on the left-hand side. Massive connection on those Widow Mines as well. Ziomek, he takes a good fight. Does back off. The Disruptors. No, the miss rally. Big mistake. 2 Disruptors go down for free. Did I say 2? I meant to say 4. Oh my god, as Ziomek, he just rallies his units into the army. And Miszu takes a massive lead. A massive supply lead here for the Terran. We do rotate around. Ziomek trying to recover, trying to catch some units, but alas, doesn't find anything. And was that all the Disruptors? No, shot. That was it. That was every single Disruptor. No more Novas remaining. We have 2 more Disruptors on the way. Ziomek trying to come in for a surround. Trying to collapse on this position. As the base will fall. Yeah, liberation zones are being set up. Zealots trying to come in from behind. And it looks like we do surround the army. A very nice surround here. We do kite through the liberation zones here, but Miszu just doesn't have the numbers. Is forced to pick up, but he killed the 4th. Again, he killed the 4th base and 10 probes. Ziomek stuck on 3 base economy. Did double expand. Does get another Nexus. But Miszu, his production is getting out of hand. His economy is just out of this world. He's on 81 SCVs. He's taking a 5th CC as we speak. Miszu just not slowing down. And Ziomek, he's struggling here. The scan does reveal the location of the 4th base. Miszu, he sees his next target. He should be rotating around. And our Protoss player, again, would still be in this if only we didn't throw away 4 Disruptors. That was brutal. That was insane. Now, we do have a bit of a lull here. In said lull, we're building up more Disruptors. Now, Ziomek still has a chance. He may be down 60 supply, but with 1 or 2 good Novas, 2 good Purification Novas can be enough to bounce back. Can be enough to take a fight. First Nova goes up. Doesn't connect. Liberators slowly leapfrogging forward. Another Nova will not quite be connecting. We find another base. 11 probes go down, and the Nexus itself will fall as well. Decent Nova on those Widow Mines, but we are just perpetually containing Ziomek 2-3 bases. More Disruptors go down, and it looks like Ziomek has been broken. Miszu snowballing out of control. Pushes into the natural, pushes up in towards the main base. Ziomek zoned away, half his army out of position, stuck doing nothing. And the Liberators will be repositioning. They take control of the natural. There's no pushing up this ramp. There's too much freedom. Far too much. Yeah, we annihilate that Archon. Ziomek trying desperately to warp in back in the main base. But the numbers are working against him. And again, this is the power of the fast 3rd CC. Just the economy of Miszu is out of this world. I mean, we're on 84 workers. We could lose this army. We could remax. We could remax almost instantly. And Ziomek is going for a base trade. There's only one shot. It's for the base trade, but this is too late. Ziomek already losing his bases. And just now gets across the map. As Miszu just keeps on pushing, takes down the gateways. And moves in towards the main. At the same time, we do shut down the third. Nexus CC will burn down. Yeah, no repairs. But Ziomek, he comes back home. No shot, he's coming back home. Is being forced further and further back into the main. Massive liberation shots go off. Yeah, and that's going to be all she wrote. Miszu snowballing out of control. Takes down the main, takes down the natural. There's one base remaining here, really half a base mining. Ziomek trying to come back into his own main, but he's zoned away. He's locked out of his house, locked out of his main. And the scary thing here is that we don't even have to go through the ramp. GG gets called, and Miszu will take down Ziomek 1-0. And will advance on to the lower bracket finals. GG. GG, well played. A pretty big upset, not gonna lie here. Not going to lie. As we do quickly set things up, and yeah, Miszu takes down Ziomek. Ziomek being the favorite in this series, but it's a best of one. And on top of that, Miszu went for a crazy cheese, basically like just being as greedy as possible, going for an insanely fast third CC, and Miszu was not punished. He was not punished for it, and as a result, he was able to just build up towards an insane army and eventually overwhelm the Protoss, which typically doesn't happen, but was allowed to happen because of that fast third. With that, GG, congratulations. Congratulations to Miszu. My condolences to Ziomek, as Ziomek has been eliminated from the tournament, and now Miszu advances on to the next round. And who's up next? We have the answer for you. We have our next opponent. It is going to be Miszu versus Shryfax.